Whew, you really can see a lot when you're this high up. Why am I up here? Well, honestly, I don't know. I just kind of felt like getting a wider perspective, you could say. Just kidding, I thought it would be funny. Today we got a very interesting type of workout. I've normally kind of shied away from really displaying what I do for my shoulders because it's not the most entertaining thing in the world, but at least for me, it is something mandatory. Kind of the imbalances that I have mainly structure through there. So when it comes to how my chest is kind of, held, I guess, is in perspective with my shoulders as well. So when I do, let's say, a front muscular, like a most muscular from the front, you can kind of see where some stuff kind of digresses back. So it's weird because on my right side, even though I'm right dominant, they sit low and they sit with less, I would say, structure as compared to my left side. So my right side delt isn't as uh, formed along as my left. So with a little bit of more work, a little bit of a weird program, it is something that isn't pretty, but it is mandatory. It's not the most fun, but you can still make an effort out of it and not let it hold you back. Along with that, this may sound very, let's say, cringy, corny even. I watch anime, as a lot of people actually do now in comparison to how it was years ago, which is nice because it's a very fun form of media. And now don't get your panties twisted in a bunch here, but I'm currently watching the final season of My Hero Academia. I know, I know. I will agree with you. The majority of people that do watch that show are, yeah, you know. But even so, if you push that beside you, or behind you, even, the show has a lot of lessons that you can learn from it, as a lot of other of those shows do. But something that's going on right now in this recent season, one of the main characters, he basically died, or was on the verge of dying, and he was brought back. And after he got brought back, snapped into action instantly. Got completely dragged down to genuinely the lowest point you could possibly be, death, and snapped back to it after he had that miraculous chance, you know? And I think that's a good point that you can bring into your own life. When you are brought down as much as you can, when you are brought down to a point that you genuinely don't think you could even have a chance to be brought back from, is to just keep pushing and keep fighting because that chance may be given to you. You don't know when it'll be, but it will be. You will keep on working throughout your life. And the second that you are given that chance, just fucking take it. And you can't be given that chance if you don't want it. So you have to work and you have to fight and you have to push forward. So once that chance does get brought up, you take it. With anything. Maybe you're trying to work up to a higher corporate position. You work hard. Maybe you get that random interaction with a top CEO, complete random. Maybe you meet him at a Starbucks and you get to talking and then he sees your repertoire and then go boom. You get a raise. You get a new position higher, right? Maybe you want to start filming. Maybe you put your full effort into something and then some things just don't work out, but it's there. Maybe it didn't go viral, but it's there. And maybe some very high level collaborator scrolling through sees your thing and is like, oh, I like this. It's only got 400 views. Obviously, that's 400 people, which is crazy if you put that in perspective. But in comparison to nowadays, it's nothing. But it is there. And that person may see it and go, ooh, I like this. And he keeps going through the rest of your content. And he sees the work that you put in. And then boom, he DMs you. And then the rest is history. So no matter what, if you still haven't been given that chance, then keep on working, because the more work you have behind it, the greater that chance can become. I don't know how to get down from here. So I'll see you guys at the gym. Shit. Now, very vital thing, especially when it comes to something as delicate as your shoulders, is warm them up, no matter what it is, just simple things. I forgot to grab my band, so normally I'll kind of do little isometric pulls with that, and then these after, but you gotta make do. So just simple little movements, kind of get every little muscle in the shoulders kind of moving around nice. Cause I've had friends with shoulder injuries, and it never really tends to go well when they do have it happen to them. So just keep warming them up, to be honest. And then as you kind of go through your workouts, it'll tend to feel a lot better when you do actually hit and isolate different parts of your shoulder. So I'm going to finish getting warmed up with these. Maybe just kind of hang out for a little bit, because a little bit packed in here before I get started. I start with rear delts, and then you'll kind of see as I go throughout the workout, everything is very unilateral, kind of like I was explaining earlier. It's weirdly structured, and it's not the most fun thing, but it does its job. So kind of like I said, just rear delts to start. I'll do two different things here, just to kind of, I've had a very hard time just getting a good feel for whichever's like best with my hand grip. So whether it be straight up like this or twisted to the side, I'm not really sure which one is better, so I just do both. And then this is all I normally do for rear delts. There's some days I'll do face pulls, it really just depends. But this is giving me pretty good progress for the most part. And I like being able to put a lot of effort into this, so which is why I start out, because you can never have too big of rear delts. I don't think anyone exists that does have too big of rear delts. So we'll start with this and go from there. And yes, this is a warm-up set. Yeah, okay, that's fine. When it comes to your shoulders, it seems to be very weird. Besides your front delts, I swear, whether it be your side or rear, just moving the weight up by 5 or 10 pounds can make such a serious difference. And I don't want to go too heavy with this because I'm trying to isolate the part of my muscle as hard as I can. And when it comes to your shoulders, I think it takes a little bit more like effort and like mind muscle connection to isolate the one part. So you're not, sitting there twisting around and then I start, throwing it with my mid back or my traps, really just honing in on how the form is and really holding that all the way through. And if the weight's too heavy and you kind of feel it start to falter, bring it down. There's no point in egoing your side and rear delts. I mean, it's nothing, it's not like you're going to be, rear delt flying 400 pounds, like some crazy number, right? No one cares to see that. Obviously, so there's some aspect to egoing on things like chest, back when you're rowing, legs. It can be more fun. It's a cool thing to post. It's a cool number to have. But when it comes to little intricate things, lower it down, isolate it the best you can, and then gradually it'll start to go up and it'll be consistent. But probably crank probably two sets of this grip, and then we'll switch to the normal or side. And simply go from there. Now we got our new hand grip. So this one, I mean, it's basically the same thing. I'm just kind of experimenting as I go for which grip is normally better. I like doing both things. You don't have to. I mean, you could do these and then face pulls or some type of dumbbell like bent over straight up fly. But this I've found decent success with. Same shit. The unilateral movements with it is definitely my intricacy when it comes to my shoulders. But one more thing I wanted to add, I forget about it because my brain likes to forget things after thinking about them for too long. Adding on to what I said earlier about, My Hero Academia, but besides that, there's a part in the show where the character uses
pain to basically push himself forward, and it makes him work stronger and harder, and actually is what awakens him to be more powerful. So I don't know if I'm thinking into it too much, especially when it comes to this kind of shit. Yeah, obviously, if you feel a sharp pain that goes through, you know, your tendon, and it seems that it's going to snap, obviously stop. But apart from that, a lot of people don't like working out because it hurts. It's a type of pain, and people don't like that. But using that in mind, I think a lot of people will take that pain and use it as a limiter. But what I've come to realize now is that that pain should instead be a scale. The more it is gonna hurt, the more you're gonna grow. Like I said, don't be stupid. If it's a tendon pain and it feels like it's gonna snap, yeah, okay. But the burning, that burn feel that you get when you're pushing past a point of failure, that is where you're gonna grow. The first couple of reps isn't really doing shit, right? That's obviously understandable, but the more you go and the harder you push, that is where the growth lies, in that pain. So scale it. Don't limit it. You know, just
Grip. Wait. Let's go.
so you can see I kind of tucked myself in between both machines here just to really utilize the space well. But rear delt's done. I may do something like towards the end, maybe like a set of base pulls or so, just to kind of have them pumped up for when I do post. But apart from that, we got front delts now. So basically for my shoulder day, the volume is pretty low, but I try to keep the intensity as high as I can. So basically just the 2-2-2 method. I'll do 2 things with rear delts, 2 things with side delts, 2 things with front delts. Not in that order. Rear, front, side. Because having sides full of when you post is actually pretty awesome. But we just got some front raises with dumbbells. I'll kind of vary between using cables and the dumbbells as well. Sometimes even there's a machine that I'll do for it, but, dumbbells have been pretty nice to me lately, so I'm going to continue doing them until maybe it just feels like shit. But then past that, I'll try something else. But Same thing. The weight isn't anything crazy, just something manageable, something I can control. Uh, yeah. So I know I said I'd be doing probably all three lateral movements, but I also don't want to wait around for 30 minutes for the right machine. So shoulder press. This one is the one I used to use all the time before I truly realized I had a pretty annoying imbalance. But this one's actually really nice. You can kind of move the seat back and forth. It takes that added like strain on the chest out of the equation, which is really nice when I'm doing it. So it's full front delt with the best stretch possible. To be completely honest, I don't really have too much. I'm gonna do this machine for first set of side delts, and then I'm either gonna do this other plate loaded machine, or I'll just do dumbbells. You guys will see obviously, but I'm just gonna pound out 2 sets of this. I'm just gonna show you guys one. Get the dumbbells, and then we will pose and hopefully hurry up and get out of here because I have a lot of meals that I need to eat because sleeping in is my worst enemy and also apparently my best friend to how much I do it. But we're gonna get this done. I'm gonna get all right. Last movement for shoulders at least. I still do abs and then I'll probably do some forearms too, but that's a recording for another day. It's kind of why I showed this a little bit, but we're going to get 2 more sets in with these dumbbells. Yeah, it's not another unilateral. I go back on my word sometimes, blah, blah, blah. But this is going to feel nice. And then once we get done with this, close a little bit. Damn. All right. It's now close down time. So, as you can see, my shoulder day isn't anything crazy. It's pretty simple for the most part, just unilateral based most of the time. Still a little bit of access, or excess, but it's nothing insane. I'm a low volume warrior, you could say. But here is what these shoulders look like with a little bit of extra blood in them. I don't know how good this lighting really is. If the camera will pick it up as is, but not too shabby. We're up 30 pounds now from show weight, so that's pretty nice. Just really trying to keep my structure as much as I can. I have no clue how good that looks. Let's get back shot with the rear delts. There you go, though. Looking crazy. Striations and waist are definitely starting to falter a little bit, but as that happens when you are bulking, so I mean, you just really have to embrace the look as much as you can. I mean, no one likes to look hefty. I mean, the weight's fun. You know, you get to move around more, you get to eat more, you get to have cheat meals, but it's the look that obviously kind of makes more of importance, especially to me, I guess. Maybe that's just because of my own mind, but I've been getting a lot better on just embracing some fuckiness, you could say. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get some abs done, maybe a little bit of forearms and cardio, but then just get home and I'm gonna absolutely just destroy four. Uh, and it is. I thought I was gonna tell the time on my camera, but it's pretty late. I probably will be up late eating, but hey, as long as you're getting enough sleep in, you know, make sure you get those meals down. It's one thing if you're sacrificing your sleep for meals. I think it's okay if you let that happen off at least one time. You know, let's say it's 12 o'clock and you got to be up by 6 and you got another meal to eat after you just ate one. I mean, either find a way to force it down within 30 minutes or just sleep. Get your sleep. It's super, 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 super important for recovery and just how overall growth that means so much at the time when you will grow, you will heal, all that good stuff. But like I said, I'm going to go get that stuff done and I'll see you guys in the next one.